Hello everyone, welcome back to the ULM Dynasty mode. We are here in year number 9 or 10, I think. I think it's year 10. Taking a look over our schedule here. Now, we've reloaded after a disappointing end to last year, kind of a 3-year stretch where we lost the Fiesta Bowl, the national title game, and the New Orleans Bowl against Memphis that we played for the 3rd time against Memphis. So it's unfortunate as it is. We come into the season ranked number 11 with some high expectations again, ton of blue chips on the team here, and we start the season off with a dominant statement victory over the Houston Cougars, 37-14, before going on a pretty extensive road trip against some high-end opponents against Texas Tech, who we beat 36-7. I guess the Red Raiders are not as strong as we think they are. But that takes us into Mississippi State to play the Bulldogs, who we again beat 36-24. Man, 36-37 seems to be the magic number for our offense this year, but it's fine as long as it's resulting in wins for us. And then we go on the road against Troy State, who I think we've kind of played a million times so far. They're kind of like a de facto Sun Belt team at this point. They're a real Sun Belt team, but at this time they're independent, and we just kind of keep beating them like they are in the Sun Belt. And we beat them bad, 41-3. So they're 2-3. They've won some games. I don't know against who, but definitely not us. And we followed that up with a massive victory, our first conference win over Arkansas State, 52-6, before getting a bye week and then having another close game between Middle Tennessee State and us, where we win 37-32, putting up 37 points again. And then that welcomes New Mexico State, the Lobos, to Monroe, where we beat them in very crushing fashion. And then the grudge match here for the Sun Belt, essentially against North Texas, and we managed to win it. So that pretty much all but clinches the Sun Belt title for us, because no other team typically ever gets close enough to win or get within range. So that probably won us the conference. And then we followed up with 2 victories over USF and over Bowling Green to get to 10-0 on the season. Man, it's a pretty easy schedule. Both USF and Bowling Green are 2-win teams, so not too much really there to talk about. And then we beat the snot out of our rival yet again, and then another shootout with Idaho. It's always a shootout with Idaho for some reason. Maybe the Kiwi Dome things just get weird, but Idaho has a winless season thanks to us, and we do clinch our Sun Belt title. I think that's our 4th or 5th all-time at Monroe, I think it is. My spreadsheet's gotten outdated, so I can't really rely on it like I did during the New Cats dynasty, but we do win another Sun Belt title, and we also win quarterback of the year. So I think it was Calvin Manning who started for us 2 years ago. I don't think he started last year. I think Franklin started last year, or maybe the year before. I can't remember, but we've had Manning on the team for a few years now, and he sat either last year or the year before, and this year he started for us and had a great season. And then this is the weird thing. I don't know what this is. Please explain it to me. We are number 2 in the country, had a perfect season, and that was only good enough to go to the Rose Bowl, which is bad enough in itself. And then the other bad thing, a 6-5 Stanford went to the Rose Bowl? What is happening? What happened with this game? Like, what is happening? We are best in points per game. We have the best offense in the entire country, and we have the best passing offense in the entire country. What on earth is happening? Like, I broke this game. This game is completely broken now. It no longer functions. It no longer wants to function. It is completely just broke and devoid of any function. I can't believe this. We're number 2 in the country at 12-0, and a 6-5 Stanford Cardinal is like, that's, I'm out of words, dude. We're in the freaking Rose Bowl playing a 6-5 team. That's never happened. Like, that's not a thing that happens. I mean, maybe it's happened. I don't know. The Rose Bowl's been a game for, like, what, over 100 years? Like, maybe there was a Rose Bowl in, like, the 30s where there was a team that had, like, 5 or 6 losses that win. I don't know. College football was weird back then, but in this era of college football, this should never be possible. This should be, like, the type of game where we are able to claim, like UCF or USC back, in 2003, 2004 when they claimed it. This is what we need to do. For sure, we're going to claim a national title. If we win this game, I'm claiming a national title. I'm going to give us one, and I'm going to claim it, because this is ridiculous, just utterly ridiculous. If we win the Rose Bowl, I'm definitely going to claim it. I don't know who's in the actual national title game. We will obviously see in the video that precedes this, but us being 12-0 and not even getting a chance to play for it is absolutely absurd. I don't understand. Being 2nd in the country, I thought being number 2 in the country at the end of the season was kind of like a de facto, like, just auto bid, but I guess it isn't. So we cut here in the first quarter, 3rd and 15, and we laid this one up to Schroeder from Calvin Manning, and it is a humongous reception, man, in double coverage. Schroeder comes down with it somehow. It's just amazing athletic play by him, but that'll give us a 1st and 10 at about the 24 4-yard line of Stanford. So with the clock running on here under 3 minutes, we're going to go with a fake handoff. Manning's going to roll out a little bit and rip this one again to the other side of the field, and it is a touchdown for your Louisiana Monroe Indians. So that is McIntosh who hauled that one in. He's on the other side, and Schroeder came up with the big play on the left side. So we're going to cut again here on offense. Schroeder with another great catch, but on the broken tackle, he fumbles the football. So you got to make sure you're holding on to the ball, son. You got to focus on that ball. Make sure you got that first. So we managed to fumble here, and Stanford picks up the fumble. So they get an opportunity on offense, and they pick up a first down, a much-needed first down here to get deeper into Indian territory. So they're going to get a fresh set of downs here. And there's some jaw in here. You might as well jaw. You're 6-5. You got nothing to lose. Absolutely not. This could be your last game in college. So the first quarter is going to come to a close. Our one touchdown early on offense is the deciding factor here. So Stanford's going to come out of the intermission and try to continue this drive here on 2nd and 10, and is floated out to the left side here and cutting up field, man, as a receiver is breaking off a tackle or two. But hold on, because the Stanford O-lineman got a bit too much of the jersey, and that is a holding call that's going to be moving the Cardinal a little bit further back. So they're going to have to try and redo this one here, and they can't do anything on 2nd and 10, or maybe they lost the down, but it's 3rd and 20 regardless from about midfield for Stanford, and they're going to float this one out to the same receiver who just made the nice play, and he can't even haul it in this time. So on the fumble, nothing comes of that. We managed to hold Stanford to 0 points, so now we have an opportunity here on offense. We've made it back to midfield, and frickin' Manning is ripping one out to Schroeder, who hauls that one in, man. Just an absolute monster, and already 100 yards receiving for Schroeder here in the first half. It's a great game from him. He's having a heck of a Rose Bowl. So now we're going to run the hurry up here because we want to try and get some more points here as fast as possible. It's still only a 7-point game, and Manning is taking sweet time to snap it, but he's got plenty of time to make a decision, and he floats this one out to the corner of the end zone, and that one is hauled in by McIntosh, who had the first receiving touchdown, and he gets the second one. So just great game, efficiency passing through the air. I guess Manning is really kind of showing us in this Rose Bowl that he should have been the starter the entire time. We should have never went with Franklin, which is probably true because Franklin did not have a great year. Manning was probably the better guy the entire time. So that's on me as a coach, man. I'm the bad one. So Stanford here late in the, or really in the middle of the third quarter. 3rd and 19, another 3rd and very long for Stanford here, and it is floated up, and it is a reception, man, and the one defender is on the ground, and this receiver's got speed, man. We can't close the gap, and it is a touchdown for Stanford. So a humongous receiving touchdown for Stanford, man. That was a 3rd and impossible, and that one turns into a humongous defensive breakdown for the Indian defense here. Just look at that. Went for the diving play, tried to cut off the route, could not do it, man. Just a burst of speed. I mean, a game of inches because we almost got to him, but just no one trying to make that play, I guess. So look at that, just barely got to him, just not in time. Maybe if it was another 5 yards, we could have maybe made the shoestring tackle, but it's a touchdown for Stanford. So 14-7 is your score. Now we're going to try and go with the option here, and Manning's going to pitch this one off to Riggs, the running back, who gets to the first down marker and gets brought down, but he does still manage to get the first down. So we don't run the option too much. I think it was UAB who was doing it to us a bunch in like year 1 or 2, or like first bowl game. And we just had no way to stop it, but now we are trying it, I guess, ourselves a decade later. So 3rd and 6, we're going to try and float this one out to another receiver, and he cannot haul it in. So we're going to have to bring out the kicker here to try and knock this one through. It's kind of a long one here for college here, kicking it from the Stanford 31, but he does nail it through. So we extend the lead to 17-7, and that is going to be the end of the third quarter. So we hold on to a 10-point lead here. Not a ton of offense to speak of, but Stanford here with a late opportunity on offense. This is essentially their last hoorah. Then you really need to get the first down to keep this drive moving if they want a chance to get back in this Rose Bowl, and it is an interception thrown. So Mullins, who's got 2 tackles on the day and gets his potential game-sealing INT, not much is going to happen, and we're going to work this one deep here, running some clock. We basically burn off the remaining 3 minutes of the game. Stanford could not stop Riggs, our running back, from just kind of getting more and more yardage. So Manning's going to kneel this one out, and we are going to take home the Rose Bowl, and I'm giving it to us, man. I'm claiming a national title. This is a national title year. We went perfect and we won the Rose Bowl. We absolutely deserve a national title. I don't think any other publications are probably going to give it to us, especially if we look at the national title game who actually won, but I'm going to try and claim one anyway. So in the next video, we're going to go over the stats, of course, for this year and look at the year behind us and move ahead, see what's next. So I hope to see you guys in that next one.